All right, welcome back. Today we are reviewing how to do an effective reprimand. This is our level 2 skill set for externalizing behaviors, and it's class 3 of level 2. We are going to review reprimands and then the homework. So, what is a reprimand? A reprimand is an expression of disapproval. It can be verbal, like, I really did not appreciate when you threw your shoes across the living room. It can be nonverbal, like frowning or shaking your head. Often, using a reprimand alone can result in a child stopping the behavior, but still doing it again in the future. And so, research has shown over and over again that reprimands work best when paired with rewards for the positive opposite behavior. So what that means is your child or your teenager, they have to experience being rewarded for the positive behavior before a reprimand for the problem behavior is going to be effective. So how to do a reprimand effectively. Before there's an issue, in a moment when things are calm, it's important to sit down with your child or your teen and talk to them about the behavior that you desire ahead of time when things are calm. So being really specific about, hey, this behavior, throwing your shoes across the room, that's not okay. What I want you to do instead is stand up and walk them across the room and put them down on the floor. And then you're going to use lots of praise and connection to reward the positive opposite. And so when you're talking to your child, let them know when you do that, when you stand up and walk across the room and put your shoes on the floor, I'm going to reward you and be so proud of you. We're going to have a little dance party, or I'm going to tell you that I'm really proud of you, or I'm going to give you a hug. And I know you can do that. And I really look forward to celebrating that. And then only when the child has experienced praise for the positive opposite, which means they have to have done the positive opposite and experienced praise, then the next time they do the problem behavior, you can give a very clear, effective verbal reprimand. Tell them that you believe they can do the positive behavior, and then tell them you love them. Those three things go together. So, I'm really disappointed that you threw your shoes across the room. I believe that you can walk them across the room instead, and I want you to know that I love you. Those three things are really effective because your kiddo may be telling himself or herself that they're not loved, or that as soon as they do something bad, they're not loved anymore. And so you want to be addressing that really deep-seated need to be loved at home while also providing the guardrails for behavior. Okay, so in this step A, we said an effective verbal reprimand. What is that? Well, that's where you say what to stop, why to stop, and what to do instead. So I need you to stop throwing your shoes across the room because it's dangerous and you could hit someone, or because it startles me, or because it gets mud across the room. You pick your reason why. And what I want you to do instead is stand up and walk across the room and put your shoes down. And I know you can do this. I really believe in you. All right, so why are we focusing so much on rewarding the positive opposite? Well, from your teen's point of view, it's developmentally appropriate for teenagers to test boundaries. They're not doing it to upset their parents or their family. They're not doing it to be annoying or difficult. They're doing it because that's the stage that their brain is in. They're figuring out where the boundaries are. And so, as their parent, during this phase of life, you're called upon to support them through testing boundaries in a way that's healthy and in a way where you are able to give them the boundaries that they need to be safe. Teens typically are really desperate to be liked and loved by their family, but they're often unable to show it. So they might act like they don't care, they might say that they don't care, but they really do. and it really hurts them when they feel that they're not loved. And then the third thing is that many of our teens have depression, and depression in teenagers can actually manifest as irritability. And so it is also possible that your child is being irritable with you because they have underlying depression. That's certainly something that our teen can assess for, and if that's what's happening, then we can treat for that. Okay, so the homework. So putting this all together. So there's 4 steps to your homework. Step number 1 is preparation. You identify the problem behavior and the positive opposite, and it could very well be the same set of problem behaviors and positive opposites that you've been using throughout the weeks in this program. Then, in a moment where things are calm, you're going to sit down with your teen and you're going to remind them the problem behavior and the positive opposite, and you're going to remind them that you will reward them for the positive opposite. And discuss and make sure that the reward is something that they actually feel positive about, that it is actually a good experience for them. Step number 2, when they do the positive opposite, you're going to reward them. If step number 2 does not happen, if they do not do the positive opposite, skip step 3 and just talk to your family guide about it. Because step 3 is not effective if your teen doesn't understand that they will get a reward for the positive behavior. So if they do have the positive behavior and you reward them for it, then you can do step 3, which is the next time they have the problem behavior, you can use an effective reprimand. And so that is, again, giving them the verbal reprimand, telling them you believe they can do the positive behavior, and telling them that you love them. And then step 4, you can talk to your family guide about it. This is all in the context of when there are not safety concerns. As always, when there's a safety concern to your child, yourself, or others in the home, the priority is to de-escalate and to ensure safety. Okay, and I want to again give a shout out to Dr. Alan Kasdan and many psychologists, researchers, and psychiatrists in the field who have helped to develop the evidence-based skills that we're reviewing here. And one of the books, if you're interested, you can read is called Parent Management Training by Alan Kasdan. And thank you again for the privilege of working with you and your child. We here at Flourish really appreciate it, and we love working with you.